So currently we are discussing the organs of speech. We have already discussed the role of the lungs, the windpipe, the larynx and the vocal cords that are situated inside the larynx. You know that vocal cords determine whether a sound is voiced or voiceless. Now the organs after larynx, that is organs on the upper side of larynx, including the mouth, the lips, the tongue, the roof of the mouth, etc. They are specifically known as the articulatory organs. Okay, there is a reason why they are given this name. I have already told you that articulation refers to the process by which air in the mouth and the nasal cavity are manipulated in order to form specific speech sounds. The organs that are used for specifically manipulating the air in the oral cavity are called articulatory organs. Okay, the articulatory organs can be divided into two types: the passive articulators and the active articulators. The organs which do not move much during the articulation of sounds are called passive articulators. For example, the roof of the mouth. If you look at the roof of the mouth, especially the hard part called the hard palate, it doesn't move much during the production of speech sounds. So it is called a passive articulator. Whereas certain other organs like the tongue and the lower lip constantly move during the production of speech sounds, and hence they are called the active articulators. So articulatory organs can be divided into two types, that is passive articulators and the active articulators. Now let's take a look at the different articulatory organs starting from the lips. So the two lips, the upper lip and the lower lip, are very important as far as the articulation of speech sounds is concerned. The upper lip doesn't move much and therefore it is considered as a passive articulator, whereas the lower lip constantly moves during the process of speech and therefore it is considered as an active articulator. Looking at the upper side of our oral cavity, immediately behind the upper lip you have your upper teeth. Okay, and from behind the upper teeth starts the part called the roof of the mouth. If you run the tip of your tongue immediately behind your upper teeth, you can feel a portion which is very hard and ridgy. Okay, and this particular portion with certain ridges is called the teeth ridge or the alveolar ridge. Immediately behind the teeth ridge or the alveolar ridge, there is a very hard concave part, just like a cave, very hard part. This is called the hard palate. It is a part of the roof of your mouth. This particular very hard cave-like portion is called the hard palate. Behind the hard palate, there is a softer, fleshier part of the roof of the mouth, which is called the soft palate. And the importance of soft palate is that it moves during the production of speech sounds. The teeth ridge and the hard palate are passive articulators. They do not move at all during the production of speech sounds, but the soft palate has got a moving function during the production of speech sounds. I'll explain how. Actually, the soft palate, it is also called velum, and the extreme tip of the soft palate is called the uvula. And it is the soft palate that acts as a separation between the oral cavity and the nasal cavity. If the soft palate is in the raised position, that is the normal position during most of our speech, air comes out only through our oral cavity. And in this position, all the air, since it comes out through the oral cavity, the sounds produced with the soft palate raised are called oral sounds. When the soft palate is slightly lowered, air escapes through our nasal cavity, and the sounds during the articulation of which air escapes through the nasal cavity, they are called nasal sounds. The three important nasal sounds in English include m, n and ng. So these are the nasal sounds. So whether the sound is an oral sound or a nasal sound is determined by the position of the soft palate. If the soft palate is raised, it is an oral sound. If the soft palate is lowered, it is a nasal sound. So I'll try to show you a particular diagram showing the two different positions of the soft palate. And another point I would like to add about vocal cords, it's a very small point. It is that the space between the two lip-like structures of the vocal cord is called glottis. I forgot to mention this term while talking about the vocal cords. Please note that the space between the two lip-like structures of the vocal cords is called glottis. And I think with that we'll conclude today's class. The rest of the organs of speech we'll discuss in detail in the next class. So just recollect what we have discussed today: the role of the lungs, the role of the windpipe, the role of the vocal cords, the articulatory organs, active articulators and the passive articulators, the two lips, the teeth, teeth ridge, hard palate and the soft palate. So by the next class, please be very clear with whatever we have discussed so far. We'll discuss the rest in the next class. Thank you.